Thank you all for joining me, Timoitinia. Today's video is brought to me by a viewer who wanted to hear my view on this particular subject matter. A woman burnt herself alive allegedly, and they wanted me to dissect it, open it up, and have a full-blown discussion on the subject matter. Now, I did do loads of research on this, and my particular focus of what was prevalent in everything I read was domestic violence as well as mental instability. Those are the two things that I'm going to be sharing with you on today's episode, right? As it relates to this story, this Nigerian unfortunate, tragic story. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. So here are the couple. You've seen them on your screen. The woman's name is Abimbola Obonna, and her husband's name is Ikechukwu Obonna. Now, I'm going to refer to the woman as Bimbo, and I'll refer to the husband as IVD. Now, this is a name that they refer to themselves, obviously, so I'm just going to act as if I know them. So they've been married for about 22 years. Bimbo met the husband when she was around 15, got married around 18, and between then and now, she's had about 5 children. The husband is a car dealer, a well-known car dealer who seems to be very successful because the family lives in an upscale part of town, somewhere in Lekki, in Lagos. If you've ever been to Lekki, you will know that that's one of the popping area in Lagos, Nigeria. So now, the couple have been having issues in their marriage, but the public did not become aware of that issue until May of 2019, when Bimbola decided to expose the reality of her marriage to the world. Now, this is allegedly the husband beating her to the point where she was admitted into an ICU or into coma, and at that point she was 8 months pregnant. So quite a terrible situation. When she came out of that, the couple seems to reconcile in about October 2021. And as I'm speaking with you, a year after that reconciliation, this is October 2022, Bimbola was pronounced dead. Now, this story is quite heavy. There's a lot of hearsay on this matter, meaning people bring in their information from different angles. My goal was to try to explain this to you as best as I can. So I did do some series of research, also obtaining some information from family. So I'm going to be sharing with you a mixture of the brother, whose name is Oyindamola, explaining to us what really went down on the 12th, which is when the fire situation occurred. According to the brother, Bimbo was tired of the marriage. She wanted to leave. She decided that she was going to take some paperwork with her, which paperwork that indicates that she owns the home. In the process of doing that, the husband walked in on her, grabbed the paperwork from her. He also did a survey video of the environment in where Bimbo had also destroyed some of the properties in the area. And while they were doing this, Bimbo was obviously angry at her husband, so she decided that she was going to burn down the whole mansion. So she started spraying gasoline on the curtains and also gasoline on herself. Now, 3 of her children are in boarding school. She has 2 more children at home with her. According to sources, she wanted to burn everybody down. Everyone in the home must die with her. This is what sources said. She lit up the curtain first, then went back to grab the paperwork from her husband, who allegedly pushed her away from him, probably intentionally into the fire or maybe accidentally. At this point, it's really not clear. This is where the story got really intense, because sources did say that IVD, which is her husband, flee from the scene while Bimbo ran outside to seek for help. According to the brother, though, they said that she was a 100-degree burn. Now, this part, we had to really verify what that means, right? So I was speaking with my producer, who actually shared with me a chart that shows the different levels of burn, right? So there's 1st-degree burn, which is obviously a smaller kind of burn, and there is a 6th-degree burn, which looks like what Bimbo actually was exposed to, or what she experienced, right? So 6th-degree burn would be person burning to the level where the bone is exposed. Now, she was obviously, it says that she was rejected by about 10 hospitals. That particular part is a bit interesting to me. Why on earth are they rejecting a woman who's obviously dying? She later got admitted into a hospital where she unfortunately passed away. There are a few things that I will talk about on this last session of my video. Now, if the husband IVD actually watched his wife die or burn to death, then he's liable for her death. Sources did say again that some people said that he threw her in the pool, whatever the case may be. If he threw her in the pool, then if he did that immediately, she would not be 100-degree. She would not experience a 100-degree burn. So it seems to me that she may have fled the scene, and he did flee the scene. Police actually had to look for him, and they eventually caught him, and currently he's in custody. So the sister is angry, everyone is angry, and I'm just going to play with you a very quick clip of the sister's reaction when she found that her only sister had passed away.
His mom is gone. Ebube's mom is gone. IVD. IVD! You pushed my sister into the fire. You washed and burned. You videoed her. Oh! 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 This fire is burning me. You burnt me. Burnt me.
It's a very tragic situation. Now, my address. There's so much hearsay with this particular story as I began. But what was prevalent was domestic violence and also mental instability. Domestic violence meaning that they were both violent people. The video that I shared with you earlier of the husband surveying the home and showing us what has been destroyed, if you really listen to that video, you would see that she herself was insulting the husband verbally. So it goes to show that abuse has been something that has been common in the home. And also, but I will say though that violence, it sounded to me or shows to me that violence was something that the both of them examined within the home and in the marriage. But there's no much information on this. There's only loads of information on the husband's side of things. So it would be a wonderful idea for law enforcement to, or law officers to really do a deep and a concrete investigation on that matter. Now, the reason why I talked about mental health is this. Within the African community, we're either blaming this on the devil or we blame this on the woman, we blame this. Mental health is a serious issue. It's a serious disease, it's a serious illness, and it's something that isn't talked about. And as I did the video on this, as I did the research on this particular video, there were little conversation on mental instability. And this woman is obviously mentally not fit. It's so obvious that even in the text messages with her husband, she was even stating that she needs assistance, she needs help. Her best friend did another interview with a well-known therapist personality in Nigeria, where she talks about whenever there will be fights or arguments, Bimbo wants to burn herself to death. So to me, it shows that there were loads of signs that this woman was unstable, but again, that probably wasn't taken seriously, and then we end up in the situation that we are today. So all I'm saying is this, that when a situation like this happens, a woman ends up dying, a man ends up dying, a woman ends up being in jail and the husband is dead, whichever the case may be, as it relates to either mental instability or domestic violence, if they have children, if they have parents, these are the people that suffer the most. Now, the 5 children who had a home yesterday don't have a home today because the 2 adults have finally decided to destroy the home. Things could have gone in a better direction if it was properly handled. So I'm going to open this up to a dynamic and a safe conversation, as I always believe that a home should be a child's safest place. Bimbo's family are requesting that the public support them in the campaign of having IVD arrested. So they put up a letter explaining to the public what happened, and I'm going to put up that letter for you so you can have a sense of where the family is as it relates to the death of their sister or the death of their daughter. It's a developing story. The Nigerian authorities are looking to do a thorough investigation on the matter, which is where I am mostly interested in, because again, there's a lot of hearsay. So I will open this up to a dynamic and a respectful conversation for you all. So please be respectful of this matter. We're not here to judge, we're not here to destroy. It's bigger than tribalism, because I know that's some of the things people are saying. I think this is a deeper problem that were never solved. If a woman feels as though she's overly invested herself into a man and feels that she's going to walk away empty-handed, everyone will handle that situation differently. So let's have a civil and a diplomatic and respectful conversation on the subject matter. So I'm curious to know what you think on, especially as Africans, when it comes to domestic violence and when it comes to mental instability, which is really talked about in our community. So let's have a conversation. Please share your thoughts below. Stay tuned for great stories for sure.